South Africa, Tulani, Mbenge.
Tulani and Mbenge. I saw him win this IBO welterweight title last November in London against Michael McKinson. Really good fighter, Michael McKinson. His only defeat had come against Virgil Ortiz, a skillful mover, good punch picker. And he was a heavy favourite going into that fight as well, but Mbenge turned in a really good performance, producing a terrific away win. And that was for the vacant IBO title. So he hasn't defended it since, and he would have jumped at this opportunity. It can be difficult for South African fighters, belt holders even, really, to get the kind of opportunities that they want. So he will have been glad of this, I'm sure. Shouldn't really be walking first or on the right hand side of the card, given that he's the defending champion. I've seen a bit of that going on this card, but you see more and more of it these days. But we will never surrender, Ron, to that type of approach.
Indeed. Championship status should mean something. You're the champ, you come in second. The challenger waits on you in the boxing ring, because you are the man having claimed that hard-earned prize to ascend yourself to the pinnacle of the
And his
pile.
opponent, fighting out of the gold corner, from Russia, Vadim Musaev.
And Musaev, 13 fights in, 13 wins, 8 by knockout. We remember him from the final of the World Championships in 2021 when he lost to the very, very talented Yuri Zhakarev of Ukraine, who at that point looked absolutely supersonic. There wasn't too much that Musaev could do with him that day, and you didn't really blame him, to be honest with you. This year in April in Istanbul, he beat Novros Husseinov by first round knockout. Then in July he won the IBA.PRO Intercontinental title 7 rounds to 3 against Jose Borrego. And this scheduled for the full distance, 12 rounds. That's Musaev in the gold corner in the white and gold, and Mbenge just standing above us in the black.
And now, before this championship bout, the national anthem for both nations represented. First, the national anthem of South Africa. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Russia. And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from Dubai, for Bet City IBA.PRO 13, we arrive at the welterweight division. 12 3-minute rounds for the IBO World Welterweight Championship. Our three judges scoring this bout at ringside. From Canada, Benoit Roussel. From the United States, Patrick J. Morley. And from Ghana, Roger Nee Bonnie Barnor. And our referee in charge when the bell rings, Leszek Jankowiak from Poland. And now let's meet the fighters first. The defending champion fighting out of the black corner, wearing the black trunks with gold trim. He stands 5 feet, 11 1/2 inches tall. He weighed in at 66.55 kilograms. Tonight, he enters the ring with a professional record of 22 victories versus 2 defeats, with 16 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of Eastern Cape, South Africa, introducing the current, reigning and defending IBO World Welterweight Champion, the Evolution, Tulani Mbenge. And now his opponent, the challenger fighting out of the gold corner. He stands 5 feet, 9 inches tall. He weighed in at 66.55 kilograms. Tonight, he enters the ring undefeated as a professional. 13 fights, 13 victories, 8 of them coming by knockout. And he fights out of Pervamaski, Russia, introducing the current reigning IBA.PRO Intercontinental Welterweight Champion, ladies and gentlemen, Vadim Musaev.
You received my instructions in dressing rooms. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Everything from up is okay. Everything from up here is okay. Touch gloves. Good luck to go for you.
Leszek Jankowiak, the referee. So this scheduled for 12 or fewer for the IBA welterweight title held by Tulani Mbenge. It's the second time actually he's held the title. He won it once before, but then lost it to Sebastian Formella. The only other defeat coming against Suleiman Sissoko by majority decision. Formella was points, so he's only lost to good fighters. Mbenge, a good amateur as well, a Commonwealth Games bronze medalist, boxed at the World Championships. He's in the black and gold. Musaev is in the white and gold. Orthodox against the southpaw here. Looking for a long left hand there, Musaev. We've got the Mbenge corner right next to us, the Smiths. Smiths Boxing, he's been with them for a good while. Long left hand there from Musaev, didn't quite get there. He's just shaping with that lead hand here, Mbenge, not really committing to it just yet. Musaev makes a little bit of a move there.
Work behind your shoulder, want your left shoulder right up, chin down. In and out early on, just be patient, boy, be patient.
Left hand there from Musaev, I think, was probably a scoring punch. Mbenge just hurrying his feet up a little bit there. Seeing if he can get on top of Musaev a bit quicker.
Speed, speed. You'll get your chance, it's coming.
Musaev just stepping in with a 1-2.
Your feet when he steps on. He's trying to load with the 1-2. Be sharp, be sharp.
And there's that left hand again. He scored with that 2 or 3 times now.
Jab, jab, cross. Double that jab up. Touch, touch, jab. You won't see the right hand. Touch that body.
Into the final minute of round 1. And Mbenge just looking for a way in here. A right hand to the body, but a left hand to the body from Musaev.
Coming in. Feint, feint, feint. Use your feint. In and out, clean boxing. Don't jump in.
Just taking a step there, Mbenge trying to close the gap.
There you go, use your range.
Left hand into the body again there from Musaev, bang on the belt line. And there's that straight left hand, and a right hand comes back there from Mbenge. That's the first punch of substance that he's landed. He's been outlanded by Musaev in this opening round. He's picked that left hand pretty well at times. And again there in the final few seconds.
Well, the first round in the book, and right from the outset, Vadim Musaev targeting that left hand, and he found the range with it pretty consistently. Often not setting it up with the southpaw right jab, but targeting this man to both body and head. There was a left hand hook that was slung in with the inside of the glove to the belt line just before the round concluded. The champion did have a single body shot success of his own. So a brief look at the former WBO cruiserweight champion of the world, Johnny Nelson, another one of the world champions or former world champions in attendance here for this IBA extravaganza of boxing. It's IBA.PRO 13 tonight. The 23rd edition of the Men's World Championships concludes tomorrow with a gold medal bout. But in the opening round of this IBO World title fight, I think it's the challenger, Vadim Musaev of Russia, who has made the brighter start, finding his range with real consistency with that southpaw left hand.
I think Terence Crawford is arriving this evening as well. I think he's got here, the former undisputed welterweight champion.
He is indeed. He's here, and he's got a whole multitude of camera crews and content creators following him every step he takes.
I'm sure he has, after the conversations he's been having with the WBC. I think that's what everybody's after. They're after the scoop, aren't they? They just want to get his reaction to it. He doesn't tend to say too much, but he comes to these events regularly, and he always fulfills all his obligations. You ask him a question, he'll give you an answer. It might not be the longest answer you've ever heard in your life, but he will give you an answer into the second round. Musaev won that opener, just landing that left hand. Again, just looks for that jab to the body.
Keep watching, concentrate. Shoot that body.
Could have thrown that right hand there. He got himself into a decent position on Mbenge, and then for some reason just didn't let it go.
Snap one or two to the body. Be quick. Body straight. Make that body tilt.
And Musaev is
Don't be lazy with the right hand.
happy enough just hanging out here. Right to the body there from Mbenge, but Musaev chops down with the left to the head.
Don't stay in front of him. Good.
It kind of looks like Mbenge is the one on the front foot here, trying to force the issue more, but Musaev is giving this ground willingly. He's not upset at all about fighting, hanging on the back foot a little bit, because he's timing that left hand. And Mbenge
Jab up, down, over now. Up, down, over. Touch him, hurt him.
trying to lead off with the uppercut, lands the right into the body.
Right there, left hook. Keep your right hand tight. Step and feint, step and feint.
And Mbenge's thrown more in the second round, which has kept Musaev a bit more occupied. Right hand down the middle there from Mbenge.
Send a nice 1-2 down the line. Send a nice 1-2 down the line. Come on.
Final minute.
Left hook. Right hand, left hook, 12. Yes. Right hand, left hook. Stab that body again. Stab that body again. Stay sharp. Small movements with your feet. Right hand, left hook. Straight right to the chest, man. Rip his body. Straight.
And the corner are just willing Mbenge to let that right hand go. He does then follows it up with a left hook. There was good intent there from the South African, but gets rocked by a straight left hand, and down he goes. He was trying to throw himself, trying to open out as that left hand landed. It was perfectly timed. There's only a few seconds left in the round, which is a good thing for him. His eyes looked fairly clear, but he's going to get the minute in between rounds to recover anyway, because as he was opening out there, he walked straight onto the left hand, didn't he? And Musaev has picked that well from the beginning.
Well, we mentioned that the southpaw left hand was the Sunday punch for Vadim Musaev right from the opening bell, and that was the shot, as we see UFC superstars in attendance here. That was the shot which sent Musaev to the canvas. He tried to get busy. He was carrying out his corner team's instructions, looking to press, looking to land his own straight shots to the chest. And in his most expansive foray forwards, it was the southpaw left that caught him while he was loading up, right on the chin, and then the follow-up fusillade sent him down to the floor. The first shot, his head was way up in the air, thinking he was out of range, but the punch kept coming, and we had nowhere to go other than down as the follow-up attack came. Very good round, and remember, we've been doing IBA boxing for the last 8 days. In that code, that wouldn't necessarily be a 10-8 round. In the professional ranks here on IBA.PRO 13, it's most certainly a 10-8 round.
It is. It's a tricky start, this, then, in that case for Mbenge, because he lost that first round 10-9. He's lost that round 10-8. He just needs to try and get into this. He was looking to make a bit more of a positive move there and just got timed by the left hand, standing up a bit straight as he was throwing himself, and those long legs did a little bit of a dance. And Musaev is bursting with confidence here. This is exactly the kind of start that he would have wanted. He knows that this is a big test tonight. Big left hand again, and then he's caught him clean once more, and he just needs to try and hold on a little bit here, Mbenge, because again you could just see those legs stiffen. It's very early in the round here, 2 minutes 20 remaining, and he cannot keep getting hit with that left hand. He's threading it through. Not every time he throws it, Musaev, but not far off it. And the dangerous thing for Mbenge is that when he throws, that's when he looks in real danger. He's still trying to get onto the front foot here, though. There's that long left again. He took that one a little bit better because he pulled his weight back onto the rear foot. The way he's coming in, Mbenge's not really moving that head particularly, and Musaev is just locked on. It's like that radar was locked on, and that head is just appearing on the screen exactly where he's expecting it to. Midway through the round, he looked open for a left hand there again, and Musaev again just shoots it straight down the centre, and he's getting a hold of him another time here. Musaev, the left hand puts him straight onto his back. That is a heavy knockdown. He rolls onto his knees, and I think the referee should probably wave this one. He's all over the place, and the referee does indeed do it. Well, that is some finish from Vadim Musaev. He kept getting caught with those left hands, Tulani and Mbenge, right from the start of the fight, and they really hurt him. They're well timed, they're good shots. I'm a little surprised to see him buzzed up and hurt by them quite as much as he has been, but they're well timed. They were good punches, well delivered, and when he had his opportunity there and he could sense that this man was a little bit hurt, he took it, didn't he? It was clinical stuff.
Incredible clinical efficiency demonstrated by Vadim Musaev, and the punch which started Mbenge's problems in the opening round finally brought about a conclusion to the contest. It's the southpaw left, but there was very little head movement from Mbenge all contest long tonight. In many respects, he was straight up like a stick, and it was a shot which completely discombobulated him, scrambled his senses, and you can see him protesting to the referee, but he's not got control of his coordination. And even though his fighting spirit and his mind wanted him to get up, he wasn't able to do so, and that is a very good display from Vadim Musaev to take him to the IBO world title. So let's hope that Mbenge is okay, but that is a very good performance from Vadim Musaev, and a man who came to global attention at those 2021 World Championships, another one who is using the foundation of excellence in global events such as the IBA World Championships and the Olympic Games as a foundation, a rock-solid foundation to enter the professional ranks. And here he is continuing his ascent, making it through undefeated now, 14 wins out of 14, and he's got himself an IBO title. Now, in the grand scheme of things, in the debate that we just alluded to, because Terence Crawford has put the cat amongst the pigeons, this gets him in the mix of the other title holders.
It's a good stepping stone, isn't it?
Indeed. The Bet City Deputy General Director Vladimir Artunyans and the IBA.PRO Commercial Director Samvel Akopian into the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, now Referee Leszek Jankowiak calls a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 54 seconds of the third round, declaring your winner by knockout and the new IBO World Welterweight Champion, Vadim Musaev.
That's a fantastic performance from Musaev, and there's always something really impressive about seeing somebody win a fight like that with a really good basic tool, because he just threw that southpaw left hand straight down the middle perfectly a number of times. He's not loading up and looking to throw huge shots. It's just pure timing, feet underneath him, biting point, all of those things that you talk about. He got them all completely right. They all just lined up, and Mbenge just vacating the ring away to our right hand side. He looks okay. They'll need to keep an eye on him tonight. Watching him just struggle to get back to his feet 2-3 times there, that just shows you the spirit of the fighter. They never feel like they're beaten. But that was a bruising encounter for him. It started to go wrong in the second round with a knockdown, and then in the third, every time that left landed, basically it hurt him, didn't it?
And to your point, it was landing from the opening round, right above our commentary position in the black corner. From the first 10 seconds, Musaev measuring his man with it, getting closer, and as we got into the round, he started to land with real consistency. He varied the power, he varied the placement, but that left cross out of the southpaw stance knocked him down in the second round with a flurry, but it was started by that single shot, and then it was the left cross which did the damage once again. You see, no control of his boxing stance from Mbenge, trying to fight his way out of a crisis, keeping composed, firing straight down the line with clinical efficiency was Musaev, and the contrasting emotions that the sport of boxing brings to the fore perhaps like no other.
I'm obsessed with knockouts, as you know, but the ring is just an incredible place.